Okay, it is Saturday afternoon. Decided to call out today from my original job because I didn't feel like going today. Um, this has been recommended for a while now. Don't think I haven't seen these comments because I do. Some people be really wanting me to react to Nostalgia Critic. I haven't done it in a while, and I'll say this right now. He's been doing a lot. I'll say that. He's been doing a lot. There are videos in here that I really would like to react to of his. And I realize, in order for me to do that, that's a lot of recording, dude. That's a lot of recording. But, we're here. Hello, my name is Master Sakurai. I will be your reactor today. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to do old versus new Cinderella. Now this was the recommended thing. This was recommended. Oh, sorry about that. So people to understand. But yeah. Thing about Cinderella, I have no issue with the adaptation. I don't. I know certain people do. But I haven't really. I don't think. Yeah, I haven't really watched it at all. Actually. Original Cinderella, I have that on VHS, as well as a whole bunch of other kinds of Disney movies that was out during those times. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I haven't told y'all this. My grandma, right? We were Disney buffs back in the Disney, so we had all the Disney movies from The Lion King to Cinderella to Snow White. To shoot, we even got the VHS tape for Disney's Robin Hood. That's my movie. I love that movie. Yeah, to Aladdin, to Lion King, like Beauty and the Beast. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, we like Disney movies in here. We did. I mean, we still do. It hasn't really stopped, but we do. With that being said, let's start with this reaction. See what the Nostalgia Critic has to say about this.
Done.
Okay.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. And welcome to another edition of Old versus New. It's the fairy tale that teaches kids all around the world that doesn't matter what you look like or where you come from, as long as you work hard and have a kind heart, you too can get a makeover. Cinderella is a tale that's been told countless times, but the most definitive version belonged to Disney Animation in 1950. So it only figured when you have a moneymaker so iconic that's cemented in everybody's memory, you remake it 65 years later. To much surprise though, not only were there big names and astounding visuals, but it also got quite the critical backing too, with people praising it for being such a stylized update. But as always, which one is better? Which one feels the most engaging, clever, and all around magical? Now, of course, being of the nostalgic persuasion, I have a little bit of a leaning towards the old. If only I could wish for someone that had an opposite opinion of me. If only I could wish for someone that had an opposite opinion of me. If only I could— Where the hell are you?
Sorry, this thing is really hard to walk in.
Christ, even when I want you in a video, you can't get it right.
Hey,
oh,
damn.
Give me
a chance. I have whimsical support on this one.
Yeah? Who?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
great. What whimsical support can you offer?
Hey, I can get
they went together.
Inside. What? Sparkle! Butterflies! Explosions! Oh, okay, no explosions, but, ponies? Ponies!
How are you two still a thing?
What can I say? I love a woman that writes fan fiction about me.
Oh, and we both held you hostage that one time, so we have that in common.
You did it better.
You did!
No, you did. No, you did. You did.
Hyper, isn't Benny gonna feel weird that you have another outlet for mindless violence?
Oh, come on. He's a professional assassin. This kind of thing doesn't bother people like him.
It's nothing, Benny. Nothing. Just add her to the list.
People who done fucked.
Okay, are you gonna debate me on these Cinderella movies or not?
There is no debate. The new one is better. If for no other reason
Oh,
than the lead
shit.
actress had to lose
She
2
about to
ribs
get got.
into that dress.
But it's so sexist and bland.
The original is sexist and bland.
You just
It
like
is.
because there's more flashy sparkles to play your inner
on,
five-year-old.
guys.
You're a flaky, flailing, flashy holic.
What did you call her?
Honey, I'm gonna do the crossover. Why don't you go start a war with a random country?
Oh, I get to use my random war generator. Jamaica it is.
So, Hyper, are you ready to be proven wrong once again?
The day you start being right.
Let's do Cinderella old versus new. Sometimes a prince leaves no impact on you whatsoever.
Dude, too soon.
I was talking about the royal position.
I'm not.
He's the arm candy of our main character's dream. Let's take a look at Best Prince. Well, a lot of people give flack to some Disney princesses for not having enough character. People forget the princes often weren't even given time to have character. Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and yes, Cinderella all have princes with only a handful of lines.
True.
And where the one from Sleeping Beauty fought a dragon and the one from Snow White saved her from death, this one yawns.
Okay, look, it was a different time. A time when
Yawning was an attractive trait?
I don't think you're taking into account how sexy that yawn was.
Heck, his father gets more screen time than this. So does
He
his
does!
husband, for that matter.
Real talk.
Yes, but through them we're discovering the prince's character. And they're also relaying the chemistry between our two romantic leads.
You got nothing.
I got nothing.
Yeah. That
Now with
wasn't.
the remake, not only is the prince given a lot more on-screen time, but there's also a lot more time to develop their chemistry. Cinderella and him meet before the ball, and they have time to talk like normal people and build an appreciation of each other. Even during the ball, they talk and share experiences that help them build a stronger connection. She doesn't just see him and declare, "This is love," like in the original.
I wouldn't know anybody who did that.
I've moved on, Critic. I found a more sensible love.
Hey, babe, it turns out it's easy to start a war with this place. You just tell them that Cool Runnings is a 100% true story.
Bring me back a Rasta hat, smoochums.
Will do. Ah!
Okay, so maybe this prince has more charm, more personality, more screen time, more chemistry, and pretty much more of a connection with everybody he comes in contact with. But there is one thing that prince does not have. A shit ton of eyeliner.
Dude, again, too soon.
Just take the point.
After you give him an apology. He's waiting.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to say, yeah, the new one is gonna have to win on that one because in the original, see, that's the thing that I don't understand why people are so caught up on the original ones when honestly, if you look back at some of the original takes, you know, of these Disney characters, like some of the, not the main characters, but like people like the prince, there's nothing, we don't really know nothing about him in the original Disney movie. All we know is that he was standing there, he is the prince of the king, and he only had eyes for Cinderella. Because all the other bitches, well, sorry about that, the maidens at the ball were just some of the, apparently were one of the blandest, some of the blandest maidens he done ever seen in his life. Until Cinderella came in with that magical dress. And you know what I think it is? How that even happened? It had to be, it was the dress. the fairy godmother hooked her up. I'm sorry, but she did. Because ain't no way in the world that was just some normal dress. Ain't no way. That's the fairy. Please. She put some. That was some magic in that dress. So that dress amplified onto how pretty Cinderella was. Amplified the princess hormones. Is like, oh shit, she bad as fuck. Let me go over there and talk to her and be respectful, which she was. But yeah, I would say the new wins because of the dynamic between the two people, Cinderella and the prince. And shoot, I don't even know his name actually. I don't think I've ever really heard his name until, like, I guess the remake. Not the remake. The sequel. Yes, there was a sequel, and a sequel after that. But yeah.
Disney has always created the greatest villains. And what's scarier than a middle-aged woman who's obsessed with housework?
Virtually anything.
This is Best Villain. This one is rough because it really is like comparing apples to oranges.
Well, to Snow White, that's an easy choice.
The original is said by many to be one of the greatest Disney villains ever, with her style, grace, and love of all the villainous things that she does. The only downside is it's only explained in narration why she doesn't like Cinderella. Because of this, it's a little harder to identify with her motivation.
In the new film, we see how her bitterness is born. She hears her husband confess that he preferred the first wife more, which makes her angry towards his offspring all the more understandable. We also see her slowly lure Cinderella into the role of servant, showing how patient and manipulative she can be.
The downside to that is it may make her too human by comparison. Which one is more frightening? The one whose motivations are made totally clear, or the one shrouded in mystery you're supposed to have no sorrow for? The original is so slimy and hateful, there's virtually no good in her at all. While the new one is so fragile and relatable that you can see the tragedy play out in every mean-spirited move that she makes. The original acts like someone who's in control, while the remake acts like someone who wants to be in control.
I guess it's kind of like comparing Zuko with Frollo. Boy, one of them needs a breakfast cereal. One is sympathetic while the other is pure evil. Both still coming off as complex and interesting. So how do we really judge which one is best?
Well, I guess whichever one scares us the most is the most intimidating.
Well, I guess that speech that the new one made in the dark is creepy in its own right. But the new one has the mind of a sociopath, which is very psychologically terrifying. But the new one has a more developed past, allowing her to... Okay, she wins! God, that look is scary.
Some people just can't handle a good old-fashioned death glare.
Ah, you whore!
Remember, I can point just as hard as you.
Yeah, we seem to have unbelievable power with this, don't we?
Bro, why? Don't stop, you assholes.
Never forget.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the old one. Cause here's the difference between the original villain and this new one. The original was a bitch, like just a flat out bitch. Because the narrative that it was put behind, it only explained that she grew bitter at Cinderella after the father died and started treating her daughters more love and respect than her. It was deceived that she didn't even like the father, that she was only there for the wealth. So after he died, what's the point of even putting this off? That you even like this little girl? I don't. Like you don't. You know what I'm saying? But in the new one, there is a reason. There's a logical reason. Cause why the fuck would he say that? This is your new wife. Why would you say, "Oh, I love my first wife more than this one"? That's fucked up. I would never, if I was in that predicament, which I'm not, I would never say I like my old wife more than you. So then why the fuck would you marry her? Why would you marry? Why would you have a second wife if you love the first wife more? Why would you say that? Why would you say that to your daughter? The conversation should have been about your daughter, not about your wife. Shit, if anything, he should have said, "I will always have a place in my heart for your mother, but I have to move on, and I love my wife, and to just give her a chance." He should have said that. If he did say that, someone in the comments let me know, because I didn't watch this movie, but I didn't watch the remake, but yeah. Also, yeah, the old one had more of a bitchiness to her. The new one doesn't. So.
Hey, Hyper, by any chance are you of Indian descent?
No, why?
Oh, you get ready to kill her.
That's 20 metal plates in my head. The only downside is I don't know what half the words that begin with ask me. Ask me the definition of seagull.
What's the definition of seagull?
Stop making up words, honey.
You don't get it. When you hire an assassin, you use only him for life.
No, you don't understand. When you have a review already full of a ton of estrogen, and the good-looking half of that estrogen is threatened,
You awaken a demon that will not sleep into the night.
oh, by the way, honey, I got your hat.
Thank you so much, Wooble.
No problem, babe.
Into the night.
You might be good with a gun, but you're nothing compared to my stealth.
Ha! I could see you coming a mile away. I was looking right at it. How did you do that?
Is something wrong, Possum Bear?
Nothing, Heart Eater. You and your lady friend keep talking princesses.
You and your lady
Avoid me
friend.
there. I have to bury my bullets in the bloody body of a bastardized bitch.
No.
No?
This one has more bullets.
I love you, Skull Crusher.
I love you, Turtle Duck.
Ah!
Back to the debate.
But that all sounded amazing!
Critic.
Okay, fine. This is best side character.
Though everyone remembers the talking mice in the original, they're very scaled down in the remake, to the point where they don't even speak.
A different tone, to say the least, but everybody loves the singing mice and their
Leave the sewing to the women.
slightly sexist lines. Hey, Stallone knitted a sweater! But come on, who could forget Lucifer the cat? Or the horse, or the dog, the king and servants, the stepsisters? These are characters we all remember.
Yes, you remember them because there's a ton of time devoted to them.
Right.
Too much time. In the remake, the supporting cast stays exactly that, supportive. In the original, they hijack the movie on several occasions. While they're cute and all, they take time away from the more important elements, like the prince and the chemistry that's supposed to build between him and Cinderella.
But hey, you were talking about how the king gets way too much time in the old one. He gets just as much time in the new one.
Yes, but it's with the prince. Every scene with him is helping develop the prince's character even more, establishing his responsibilities, his goals, and his connection with his father. We never even see the prince and his father together in the original.
That's
apart from
true.
the eye roll.
But
That's
again, it's
true.
a very passionate idol. I suppose the last big one to talk about is the fairy godmother. In the new one, she's played more for laughs because, well, she's Helena Bonham Carter, and that's what you do with her now.
But you have to admit, some comedy is very welcomed after Cinderella is at her lowest moment. And also, she has to prove her worth by disguising herself as a homeless lady looking for water. And it's only after Cinderella gives it to her that she grants all her wishes.
But isn't that kind of pointless? She has to know she's a kind person if she's showing up there. I mean, watching her like a godmother.
Maybe, but have you figured this? Cinderella is in shambles. She can't go to the ball, her dress is ruined, and her family hates her. Most people in that state would be too frustrated to be nice to the old woman, so by helping someone else, even in one of her worst moments, it cements what a good person she is.
I guess, but I don't know. The other one talks to her like a loving grandparent. Someone she's familiar with enough to know she would do that anyway. She has a warmth and a comfort that needs to be seen after such hardship. I wouldn't want to laugh after going through all this. I would want to feel supported. And after years of slaving for your family, suddenly being put to a test to see if you're a nice person does not seem very supportive.
Okay, maybe the fairy godmother is a little better in the original.
Did I mention she's a liar too?
And you find that really comfortable.
I got glass sneakers because of her. They hurt!
But the fact still remains that the supporting cast does more than support.
True.
They take over. They steal scenes that shouldn't have to be stolen by them. While there is still focus on Cinderella and the stepmother, other important elements are being overlooked, and the new film keeps the focus where it should be. The main characters stay the main characters, and the supporting roles stay the supporting roles.
I guess I can't really fault you on that. New gets the point.
You forgot a heartless prince joke.
Shut up.
Okay, as far as that goes, yeah. Because real talk, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, for real. The reason why I like Cinderella so much, it was because of the supporting characters. It's because of the mice. It's because of the whole ongoing feud between the mice and that cat throughout the entire movie. For real. Like, and then, because then when the end came down to it and they were trying to get that glass slipper, when they went and got that dog Bruno, I was hyped. Because I knew Bruno was going to fuck Lucifer mean. Lucifer mean. I knew that Bruno was going to fuck up Lucifer, the cat. I knew he was going to fuck him up. Because I was like, yeah, come on, hurry up. Mess this cat up, please. I've been watching this all the way through. Mess him up. He does. And the cat falls to its doom. Like, I remember that. I do remember that. Because I think the cat fell out of the window. Yeah. Because you'll be told, Lucifer was afraid of Bruno. He was. And Bruno, throughout the whole movie until that point, was just chill. He was. And even Cinderella had tried to calm him down. It was like, you can't, no. You have to stop doing that so that you don't get in trouble. I know you don't like Lucifer, and I know he can be a bitch, but you gotta calm down. Don't do that. But then when it came down to it, yep, it's time. And as far as the godmother, the Star Trek is right. She was like that grandmother, that caring grandmother that knew what was going on, and she didn't need to poke or prod you. She just helped you. She was there for you. So yeah. The only reason why the main reason why I like Cinderella, the old Cinderella so much, the Disney Cinderella so much, is because of those characters, the supporting characters. Shit, even in Kingdom Hearts, it was only about them. It was only about the mice and Lucifer. And then you saw Ventus fucking Lucifer up. Like, yeah.
But as simple as a story is, there's always room to muck it up. Trust me, Disney's done it before. This is which one mucked it up less. The funny thing about a simple story is they can be surprisingly tough to tell. You want to connect with the characters in a relatable setup, but even in an hour and a half, you have to know what to expand on and what to keep limited.
Like said before, the first film expands too much on the side characters and not enough on some of the main ones.
But in the new film's case, the attempts to add more detail can help some scenes but seriously damage others. For example, when Cinderella is not allowed to sit at the table with the others, it's when she realizes she's truly not a part of the family, causing her to finally break down. This is a powerful scene and all, but it then ruins the moment when her dress is destroyed. Or slightly ripped. Yeah, that's a gut-wrenching moment. But even if they did it like the original, it wouldn't work because we got the breakdown earlier. Because of this, the arrival of the fairy godmother is not as powerful. In the animated one, it's by far her lowest moment because they knew to save it. Thus, you feel more emotion for her and even more relief when the fairy godmother arrives.
But the story does allow for other emotional moments that weren't in the first. The king, for example, is given a lot of time with his son, and when he passes away, it's a legitimately sad moment. The ways they allow Cinderella and the prince to meet before the ball are also very clever.
Oh, wow, the king
giving them more
dies?
time to form a
Jesus.
connection.
The problem with that is, every single time she leaves the house, it makes for a slightly less magical night when she goes to the ball. Cinderella goes to the town and quite a few other places several times in the new one, which is fine, but in the original, everything she does is in that one location. It's a nice location, so it's not visually dull, but that's all you ever see. The story is very clever in keeping her there, as not only does it emphasize the feeling of being imprisoned, but also the freedom when she does leave and enters this heavenly dream-like castle. Therefore, we're more sucked into the experience because, like her, it's our first time seeing it.
Yeah, but all the wasted time with the side characters.
Yeah, but all the time wasted on the unneeded exposition.
But everything in the original is so obvious.
And this one isn't? Gee, I wonder what the message was again.
Have courage and be kind.
Have courage and be kind.
Have courage and be kind. Have courage and be kind.
Be kind.
And have courage.
Fine, I guess there's both good things and bad things about them.
Yeah, I guess it just depends if you're looking for more mystery or more explanation. So, what do we do in this case?
Can there be a tie?
A tie? That's for pussies who don't believe some animals more equal than others.
There's pros and cons to both. I don't think we're gonna find one that's better than the other.
Okay, I guess we can have a tie. But I'm not gonna let this choice demean my masculinity, nor anything else in the rest of this video.
They still fighting? How did that not? Okay.
Alright, buddy, you wanna play dirty? Well, time to play with Johnson Justice.
God knows we've talked about pretty much everything you can talk about. But there is one last element to discuss. The most important element of the movie, the main character. This is the best Cinderella.
Oh Lord, alright, let's get down to the actual one.
Now this one you know you have to give to the remake. It's like everyone says, this Cinderella is stronger, more independent, more intelligent, and more developed than that simple songbird who does practically nothing in the first film. The audiences liked her, the critics liked her, come on. This is hands down the winner.
Well, I would agree with you if it wasn't for one solitary fact.
What's that?
You're all full of shit. What makes this Cinderella independent?
Well, she leaves the house, goes into town, and has smart conversations with the prince.
So she could leave the house at any time. Why does she stay there and take all that abuse?
Well, like she says, it's her father's home.
Because I made my mother and father a promise to cherish the place we were so happy.
Oh, is that why she ends up leaving at the end anyway?
Oh,
And if
yeah.
it was her father's home, why go through all that hardship just for that?
Well, okay, it doesn't quite make sense, but the one in the other film could leave too.
Not really.
Right.
You see, in the original, the father died when she was just a child. This gives the stepmother plenty of time to brainwash her and make her think she's supposed to feel guilty and serve her family.
Right.
And seeing how she was kept in the home all that time, this indicates she doesn't know much about how the real world works.
She didn't.
She talks to rats and birds, for crying out loud.
She did.
In the new one, the father dies when she's an adult. She leaves all the time. In fact,
Oh, he
her
died when she
friends-
was an adult?
Yeah, she
Oh,
has
hell
friends
no.
in this one say she should leave that place.
Why do you stay there when they treat you so? They loved our house.
Yeah, that's another thing. Cinderella didn't have friends outside of that house. They wouldn't even let her outside the house. She never stepped outside that house. Huh. Okay, so in the new one, the father dies when she's an adolescent. Not a child, an adolescent. She has friends. She gets to go outside. She can ride on the horse. So what's to stop her from pulling off a Mulan? From taking all her shit, getting that horse, and then yeeting up out of there. She's so independent, she don't need no prince. She don't need no man. But in the old one, it was necessary because she didn't know nothing about the outside world. She was in an abusive household where the villain, her stepmother, was a fucking bitch to her. It made her think that she was just unworthy of things. And her self-confidence was just down in the gutter, to the point where all she had as friends were literally animals. So how is this new one better? At least in the old one, she got to leave for a reason. She left for a reason. She needed help. In this one, she don't need no help. She has access to a horse. What? You got friends that could back you up? You could have stayed with with your friend? Come on, dude. What?
And now that they're gone, I love it for them.
So this makes absolutely no sense. By attempting to make her, quote, smarter and independent, they actually opened up a ton of plot holes, making her look dumber and weaker.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's not the brightest wand in Hogwarts, but you have to admit, she's stronger. She's not as passive as the animated one.
Really? In the original, she felt stuck in her position, but she clearly didn't like it. She did get angry. She did have her breaking
She did.
points. Even though she was taught over the years to be a certain way, she was still human and relatable. This one, aside from her one big breakdown, which they try to do twice, she just kind of smiles and looks happy like a zombie most of the time. In fact, in the animated one, when it comes to being locked in the attic and held against her will, she does try to get out. She hits the door, she screams, she asks her animal friends for help. She does everything she can to get out of there. In the new one, she fully accepts her doom and just spins around in circles, humming to herself.
What? 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 Wait. Hold on. So, you mean to tell me, after she gets locked in there, she doesn't panic, she doesn't scream, she doesn't holler, she doesn't bang on that door. She sings and dances because her parents told her to be kind and have courage. This is not courage. This is bimbo. I'm sorry. I'm not taking that back. This just screams bimbo. The original Disney Cinderella is actually on much more of a logical sense than this one. And this was critically acclaimed to be the best? Excuse me? What? No.
Yeah, this is the strong, independent role model the critics were talking about. She actually escapes by mistake when the animals open up the window and they hear her voice. That's not strong, that's the definition of giving up while also being saved by luck.
But, she's so charming.
No, she's not allowed to be because they're focusing more on her being smart and independent.
Yeah.
People miss what makes a strong character is how they deal with their flaws.
Jesus.
Their fears, their
Hold on,
turmoil,
go back,
their
go back,
troubles.
go back, go back, go back, go back, go back.
Character is how they deal.
I keep forgetting how fine Rogue is. I know this ain't about Rogue, but god damn. Woo! Okay, going back to what he said.
Talking about. She actually escapes by mistake when the animals open up the window and they hear her voice. That's not strong, that's the definition of giving up while also being saved by luck.
But, she's so charming.
No, she's not allowed to be because they're focusing more on her being smart and independent. People miss what makes a strong character is how they deal with their flaws. Their fears, their turmoils, their troubles that get in the way.
That's right.
That's what makes them relatable. But this Cinderella doesn't have any flaws. At least, none that they'll acknowledge. You could argue she's too passive, but what does she do to solve that? Let someone else save the day and not even try. This Cinderella at least gave a shit. Because while having a character be strong is good, it's more important to have them interesting first. This character is not interesting. I'm not gonna act like the original is the best written character, but you felt her pain.
Right,
you
exactly.
understood her anger.
You
cheered
understood
for her
it.
when things went right because she allowed you to see her most fragile moments.
But her dress! It looks so amazing!
And that's why you're falling for it. It looks the part and sounds the part, but it's not portraying the part. It's like the two Charlies from the Willy Wonka movies. One is an emotional yet dreamful kid, and the other is Jesus. We're obviously going to relate to the one that acts more like a real kid because we all were real kids.
We all were
we
real
can relate
kids.
to that. It's the same thing here. It doesn't matter what you claim she is or isn't. If you don't connect with her, there's no emotion. And this movie has made it impossible to connect with her because they tried to
Plus,
it doesn't
I'm
matter
sorry.
what you claim she is or isn't. If you don't connect with her, there's no
Boobies. That's another thing. That's another reason why this probably did so well. The bazonkas. Yeah, I could see it.
emotion. And this movie has made it impossible to connect with her because they tried to make her flawless. Ironically creating unintentional flaws with her that are never acknowledged or resolved.
Seriously. Yeah, I mean, like seriously, Disney, y'all have got to stop trying to make y'all princesses perfect. Like, can you let them cry? On some real shit. Can you let them get angry? Can you let them not try to be so strong and independent? This strong and independent shit is killing shit, and not in a good way. In a bad, it's really sickening. It's poisonous because you're not being human at that point. You're not experiencing life if all you're gonna be doing is, I can do this on my own. I don't need anyone. Bitch, yes you do. Everybody needs people. Everybody needs everyone. People are humans, damn it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, when we have to cry, we gotta cry. When we have to be sad, we need to be sad. When we have to be angry, we need to be angry. Like, there is no point on trying to put on a front when you're literally being locked in a freaking room for no reason. Like, come on.
Her dress!
Point goes to the old.
Yeah.
It's so sparkly!
I like the old dress better, by the way.
So, with everything wrapped up, let's see who the winner is. Another tie? What the hell, man? We can't end like this!
Yeah, we need to find the best Cinderella movie!
Yeah! Didn't expect old Johnson.
Oh no! Go!
Didn't expect old Johnson. Injustice, did ya? Now open it up.
I'm gonna give you the finishing blow.
Whoa!
Can you help us settle a dispute?
Oh, this still your little book club going on?
I swear to God.
We're trying to decide what's the better Cinderella film, the original or the remake.
Really? You're asking me this right now?
Answer the question. Cartoon or remake?
Yeah! The cartoon or the remake?
Ever After.
The Drew Barrymore movie?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's cool, it's smart, it's got sword fighting, Morticia Adams as the stepmother. Hell, even Cinderella does a little fighting.
Oh yeah, that
No
was
happy,
good.
but I hate that shit.
Shoot, my mom actually likes that movie though. She does actually like that movie. She likes that movie. I forgot all about that one.
I got Johnson Justice. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna finish what I start. Damn it! How does he keep doing that?
Benny, what's your favorite Cinderella movie?
Oh, Ever After.
What?
The writing is clever, the characters are interesting, the villain is fun, and there's just enough changes to keep it fresh but still stay true to the heart of the story.
Actually, the more I think about it, it is a really good Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, really good.
Cinderella is strong but interesting.
The villain is evil, but also intriguing.
There's plenty of action and adventure.
But good romance and dress porn.
We should just pick that one.
Are we allowed?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I think everybody can agree the two Cinderella movies have pros and cons, and everyone's just gonna kinda like the version they like. But Ever After is clearly better.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fuck
Give
it.
it to Ever After.
You got it. The best Cinderella movie is Ever After. Because it's my show and I can do whatever the goddamn hell I want.
There it is.
Well, that was certainly an interesting discussion, and with a twist ending.
Yeah, but what do we do now?
I don't know. It seems a little weird to kill a fellow Ever After fan.
There's only one incredibly manly thing to do in this situation.
Why does it do that? Why?
Siri, play Ever After.
Once again, the magic of Angelica Houston unites us all.
Now this is how real men spend their Friday nights.
Hey,
Oh, don't worry, Buzzsaw, you're not already due tonight.
thanks.
So, was she drunk during this movie too?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm just glad she actually does something.
Her dress isn't as good, but it's still pretty badass.
Isn't it usually the other way around? Like you start off sober and then you get drunk as you get older?
I'm always drunk.
It's never too early.
Where is Angelica Houston? Like, I know she's right in front of me, don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, just the actress. Where'd she go?
Jamaica, I think.
She might not be there anymore.
Ah!
Oh,
Kind of wondering what a old white woman was doing there.
Babe,
Sorry!
it's okay.
It's not like they were gonna do Addams Family 3.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. I hope the video came out well, because from what I was looking at it was a little laggy. I don't know why it tends to do that whenever sometimes when I record, my videos for some reason get laggy. I don't know why it causes that lag, what causes the lag, but I guess I'll find out eventually, or someone will let me in, or maybe I had something play in the background or whatever. I don't know. But with that being said, let me know what y'all think down below about this reaction, about how you feel about the three movies, the original Disney one, the adaptation, and Ever After. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. As such, this has been Master of Sakurai, and I will most definitely see y'all again next time. Peace.